people, um, so many people lead with, I guess, titles on who you are, what you do, the things that you may have, and I kind of wonder how many people just actually are able to be vulnerable with other people, actually be able to sit here and have vulnerable conversations and actually be able to have just vulnerable moments. And I'm not necessarily saying even people you're in relationships with. This could just be somebody passing in conversation. And then sometimes you'll be surprised how many people need to hear some of your vulnerable testimonies. And the reason why I bring that up is because I do feel like a lot of times we'll all go through things privately. And then after you get over that hump, you'll still just try to keep that story to yourself. Where it's like, all right, well, God helps you get out of that storm in that rough patch in your life, and you got to make it out. But you kind of keep that story to yourself and kind of almost where it's like, oh, I got this amazing job, or my credit score is 800 and this, that, and the third. But you never kind of be real or be vulnerable and honest with people and let them know, like, hey, I went through this before I got here, before I had this way, because you'd be surprised how many other people are really going with stuff in private and you just don't know it. I don't necessarily, you don't mean like how they present themselves. A lot of people can know how to masquerade and put on an elite show. A lot of people know how to make a Chrysler 300 look like a Bentley. Like a lot of people know how to do that, and that's just not really what they're going through at the time of the moment. And I think a lot of people hide that, especially around the holiday season time. Like, and I do think sometimes where it's like, I think a lot of us are so quick. Like if you ask somebody, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How you, saying what's going on with you? How you feeling? Whatever the case may be." We all are okay with somebody saying, "Oh yeah, I'm cool. Everything's great," and da thing. But if you constantly having these conversations with your friends or somebody, a significant other that you dating, and they always say, "Oh, I'm cool. I'm great. I can't complain." Find a clever way to dig a little deeper because 9 times out of 10
Well,
is BS.
that's a different way.
Yeah, just find a clever, a different way to ask or get them to open up, or even like I just think so many people just kind of just, man, and I always preach this, and I know sometimes I feel like I'm just constantly repeating myself, but I do think sometimes so many people need to kind of hear. There's a lot of people who probably be going through the same exact thing you're going through, but because everybody wear it as a badge of honor of I'm perfect or trying to present themselves like life is great. You don't really get to know people, bro. Like you
But
really don't, like everybody's putting on a persona and you don't really get to know like who you are.
sometimes I think it's more so not necessarily who you are, but I just feel like, do people really care?
Somebody might though, and you won't never know until
Somebody,
you
right?
start that conversation.
Somebody might, but then deep down inside, I think what a lot of people keep or hold back is, do you really care about this information? Like I can tell you, I can spill my heart out, but really, do you care, or you just there to listen?
I mean, I
I think
guess
that's why people kind of shield themselves off with it, or don't share everything, because it's like,
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but then my same thing would be is you would be, it could be somebody you just met yesterday, and they may literally be going through the same
yeah,
exact thing, and y'all may have came across each other's path because it was intentionally meant for y'all to meet each other, so you can have somebody to vent to who can help you get through that process because they literally have already walked that form of life or they're going through that same storm with you at the same time. And I guess I can make it even a little bit more common. And that's why you see people like if you go to church and when they do altar call towards the end of the service, so many people will get up, like especially like around this time of the year or the new year, and people, oh, come to the stage if you wanted this, that, and the third. If you trying to get closer to God or you got this on your spirit or you felt like this message was talked to you, you'll be how many people just think about like for everybody who listening, even if you ever watched the service or you actually ever been into a church before, I'm sure you've seen especially if it's a mega church, you see endless people walk to the congregation when they be like, come up to here, whatever the case may be, if you this message, this word reached you today. And so many people get up. So you think about if all of those people get up around this is every Sunday at some church somewhere, is somebody getting up, and it may be multiple people, depends on the size of the church, walking up to the altar and sitting here, and they all feel the same way, going through the same exact thing, the same message connected with everybody in this building for all the people who walking right now. And there's some people who don't get up because they don't have the courage to get up, but they sitting in their seat and feel the same exact way as the people. They just don't have the courage to walk up to that altar and get that message and let it really like resonate and get it off their chest because there's so many people who just hide into that little thing where because like what you said, who really care? Nobody want to hear. You always try to start a conversation. Oh, how you doing? Well, it don't matter. I can't complain. Who won't care? What's gonna happen? Like that to me, I hate when people say that because I'm like, dog, get it off your chest. It don't matter if I have the answer for you or I don't care or not. Still, I guarantee you'll feel 100 times better if somebody allows you the space to just get it off their chest, especially during the holiday season, bro. Everybody, one, everybody don't got kids. So I think, or if you don't got kids and you don't have a significant other, for some people, if you lost a parent or something, and they get closer to the holiday season, everybody gonna deal with the holidays differently. That's why even this whole episode, I don't want to really talk about the holidays, but I do want to be able to give people the free space to think about how you can kind of just figure out going into 2024 how to maneuver with people a little bit differently. Because I just think so many